News International now. Kenyan police in Kenya have arrested a man in Nairobi with 3 explosive devices at a new upmarket mall in the city. He was subdued by security guards and the device was destroyed by police. The alert came shortly after authorities reopened the Westgate shopping centre after a terror attack involving al-Shabab militants 2 years ago, which killed more than 60 people. For the latest, we are now joined on the line by our East African correspondent, Kimani. Sarah, once again, a very good morning to you, and let's hope that the line holds. What is the latest regarding yesterday's arrest of the 3 suspects?
Well, we have not heard whether they will be arraigned in court. What we know is that they were held so that investigations can continue. And police say the reason they took in these 3 men is so that they can have more further questioning with them. The one who was arrested with the explosives, of course, was supposed to be arraigned in court today. The police said that they will be continuing with the investigations. Interestingly, the mall will go for an official opening, what they're calling a grand opening, later today at about 6:30 p.m. Kenyan time.
So it will reopen besides the threat of a possible bomber then yesterday?
Yes, the mall has been running. What is going to happen today is that there's going to be what they call the official launch because it has been running for more than 3 months now, but they will be having an official launch today.
Now, security and checks at security at Kenyan malls, is that of high interest right now at this point in time? And can you tell us about that?
Yes, it has actually been for some time now, just after the Westgate mall attack in which 67 people were killed 2 years ago. Shopping enterprises, malls, churches and schools have had to step up their security. In some cases, it is now a requirement. Take, for example, in the malls, it is a requirement by the government for mall operators to have private security companies with the capability to detect explosives, to be able to detect suspicious people like what happened at the Garden City Mall, and to be able to call in police presence and to call in the local police officers if need be to heighten security. In fact, in most of the malls, apart from the private security firms, the Kenyan government always has armed security police officers patrolling inside and outside the malls.
Do we know at this point in time if the suspects belong to any terror group?
Well, they did not have any identification on them. And in fact, that is also another reason why they're still being held, because when the security officers stopped the particular one who had the remote explosive devices, he was asked for identification and he did not have any. And the other 2 also, the ones who were arrested with him also did not have any identification on them.
Kenya as a whole, is it on high security alert?
It has been since the troops moved to Somalia, but also because there have been a lot of attacks, whether in markets, whether in shopping malls, churches, and so the country has had to step up its security. But take, for example, what happened yesterday at the Garden City Mall is an example of the terror network knowing that they have taken so long, and probably they think at that time the security officers will have relaxed because it happened after the Westgate Mall. The security was heightened across the country, but as the country comes back to normal, what happens is that people forget so fast, and so you find issues like the Garissa University attack in which all those students were killed, 147 happened. And so what happened at Garden City was probably to try for them to test if the security is indeed heightened. And so the police officer, the Inspector General of Police today saying that security will be heightened in all malls and other public establishments to ensure that a repeat of Westgate or a repeat of Garissa University does not happen.
Sarah, thank you so much for that report. That was our SABC East Africa correspondent, Kimani, on the line from Nairobi, Kenya.